Well, hello, and thank you for stopping by Luxuriously Poor. And I hope you guys are doing great. Unfortunately, the eggs have gone extremely high, at least here. I couldn't believe that when I saw $1.65 for 6 eggs. This is incredible. No, $1.62, sorry. This is incredible. I mean, we used to get a dozen of eggs not too long ago for less than $1.62. And today, that's what I want to talk to you about. In January, this runs around on YouTube where you have a lot of women that stock their pantries and everything. They challenge each other in January to eat strictly from their pantry, which surprised me because I thought that's something that everybody who was stocking a pantry did. I thought they automatically ate from their pantry everything, that they only went to the store to refurbish that pantry. Well, that's not true. They literally go out and spend hundreds of dollars a month on groceries. And that is not necessary. I don't go to the grocery store to buy groceries, okay? I restock my pantry. That's it. And there's a way that you have to go about it to be able to do it. It involves math, knowing how much your family eats, sitting down and thinking which meals, because there's 7 days in a week, and like in my family, we eat 2 meals a day. Well, what gives me the most bang for my buck? There is 365 days in a year, which means if you serve one vegetable a day, you're going to need 365 cans of some sort of vegetable. Now, you can split it up and do it any way you want to. But I really don't care much for doing things that way. I like to use my vegetables as a stretcher that stretch things. Now, I run to my pantry every single day, and this is where I make my food from. I don't go out to the grocery store to buy a week's worth of groceries. I may go out to the grocery store, like when Walmart maybe or another store has canned goods for $1. I will run to my pantry and see how much I've used up and take advantage of that sale, and I will restock the beans that I have or whatever else it may be. But I have 7 meals a week that I call go-to meals, that I keep everything for those meals in my pantry. I don't have to shop for groceries to cook. In other words, I have everything. Flour, I calculated. I make 1 loaf of bread, and I make tortillas once a week. Now, each one of those is 3 cups of flour. Well, there's 18 cups of flour and 5 pounds of flour. So you add that up and you'll realize that you need about 70 pounds of flour approximately a year, okay? If you were stocking for a year. Now, if you wanted to stock for 6 months and then turn around and try to replace for the next 6 months, you can keep doing that. You can have a 6-month supply, and every time that 6-month supply keeps going down and you replenish it, you got that 6-month supply back again. The corned beef hash, that is something I use for breakfast. Once a week, corned beef hash and a couple of eggs. It takes some real planning ahead to stop and think so that you can have all the foods that you need to make that meal. And really, most of it is going to be canned. Now, like, I store and stock a lot of salmon, a lot of mackerel. I have also canned a lot of chicken. And if you pay attention to a lot of the recipes I give you, it comes straight from my pantry. And you're going to see, I'm going to show you more because I have 7 meals. Lunch mostly. Breakfast, I eat almost the same thing every single day. And that's beans and eggs. I just like them a lot. Sometimes I like a hash once a week, and on occasion, sometimes I'll have pancakes. But in general, it's beans and eggs. The garbanzo beans, tacos. I love garbanzo tacos. Chickpea tacos are awesome. It takes planning and thinking about it. What you do is you sit down and you think about 7 meals or 7 foods, recipes that you like to make and your family enjoys. And are they that difficult to plan ahead for and to store and stock for them? If they are, you may have to think of something completely different. But if you think about it, you can come up with 7 meals every day, and it can be different. Sometimes you may have something twice, like when I make spaghetti, I usually have it the next day also. I always have some left over. And I'm going to show you how I make spaghetti, and I don't make it like most people do. Because the way most people make it, it takes up too much water. Pay attention to the recipes that you're going to see me put out in the future with this idea in mind, that it came from my pantry and I had everything on hand. And I hope that that's how you will stock and store so that you're not running to the grocery store.